There needs to be full-day kindergarten implemented, and nothing is being done to have that get started.
And now this is what everybody's been waiting for, our full-day K update. So what did we do for the 24-25 school year, and what are we doing this year? So starting in the fall, we commissioned the demographic study. That was the foundation for affirming what we had seen in enrollment numbers and projections. We had seen a stabilization of enrollment throughout the district, but it was really realizing starting at our elementary schools. And it has worked its way through the elementary schools, and it's in the middle school right now. We're about a year away from it starting to funnel into the high school. The demographic study was completed in the winter of 2025. This past spring, we were able to have meetings with the principals, the vice principals, supervisors, the teachers, the kindergarten teachers, and the staff that interacts with our kindergarten students. Because one of the other questions on the table was, what could it look like? Right now, our schools are sister schools with pre-K through 3 or 2, depending on the school, all the way up to the high school. Is there consideration for a Early Childhood Learning Center, ECLC? And that is a model in many districts. So the question needed to be asked, and we needed to potentially explore that if that was something that was overwhelmingly supported or that was the preferred way. And unanimously, not one opinion, to the other side, it was kindergarten belongs in the schools in which the students live at, the students are with their siblings, and they can progress through and be a part of the culture that they'll be a part of, whether it's K-2 or pre-K-2 or pre-K-3. So those conversations were important because depending on which path you go, we could be looking at different projects, right, and looking at different structures and setups of buildings. So knowing that that is the preferred way, and certainly is the preferred way on my end, we proceeded with a path that would keep kindergarten in their home schools. So that was the foundation, along with the demographic study of let's move forward. Other topics that were talked about was, what do you need as a kindergarten teacher moving forward? And it was a good conversation. We need some time to take a look at what we have and how do we expand a 40-minute period into maybe a 60-minute period. How do we dig into science, which we don't typically have a ton of time to get into? So we had really powerful and meaningful conversations. Coming out of that meeting, we leveraged our staff development team to embed full-day K-related topics and a professional learning community in our professional development plan for this school year. So all of our kindergarten teachers are enrolled in staff development related to full-day K. And this is all done with, whether we do it for next year or whether we do it for 2 years down the road, we're going to start now, right? If we don't do it next year, we do it 2 years down the road, they can continue on what they're working on now and keep digging and digging and digging it for another year. That's totally fine. So it was something we put in place because we do our professional development planning and enrollment before the school year's over. So we have everybody starting this year, and our first staff development day is coming up. They will be engaging in various activities, planning, diving into the resources, starting this school year. This summer, we had our summer administrative workshop, and I was able to meet with the primary principals, assistant principals, and what we did is we began to simulate what it would look like if we implemented it now. Because we wanted to look at, are there enough rooms with bathrooms? Is the space acceptable? What does it look like? What would the potential configuration of your building look like? So we got them started on that, and I cycled back to them towards the end of the summer because that was one of the projects they engaged in over the summer. And we were able to determine that we do have the space, and we could move forward if we needed to for this coming school year.